I thought long and hard about this over the last few hours because I had no intentions, Molly, of talking about this at all. Clearly took exception to some of the things that he heard me say, and he confronted me about it.
Floyd broke. You got to understand, the only thing more embellished than Floyd Mayweather's pay-per-view numbers is Floyd Mayweather's net worth, and he made a lot of money. But remember this, it does not matter what you made, it matters what you kept, and he is a dum-dum.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know this sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof.
Stephen A. Smith has called out Floyd Mayweather over claims that he bought 62 buildings worth $42 million. Reports have since denied Mayweather owns these properties, stating he only has small shares in them, not full ownership. Stephen raised concerns that Mayweather may have overstated his assets to cover up bankruptcy rumors and a potential $42 million scam.
Showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
Stephen A. Smith has always been quick to give Floyd Mayweather the credit he deserves. He regularly praises Mayweather's boxing legacy, especially how Floyd stayed undefeated and undisputed for the second half of his career. Smith often points to Floyd's discipline, unbeatable defense, and flawless record as proof of his greatness in the ring. To Stephen A., Floyd wasn't just a fighter, he was a brilliant strategist, someone who fought not just to win, but to make sure he never lost. That kind of dominance earned him respect from both fans and experts.
Mayweather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
However, Stephen A. Smith's praise started to fade when Mayweather entered the world of exhibition matches after his retirement. Instead of fighting for legacy, it seemed like Mayweather was back in the ring for money. His fight with Logan Paul stood out as a prime example. Stephen A. openly criticized the matchup, arguing that it lacked any real competitive value. Logan Paul, a YouTuber turned amateur boxer, wasn't a legitimate challenge for someone of Mayweather's caliber. To Smith, taking a fight like that looked more like a cash grab than a display of greatness.
Boxers, if not the greatest boxer in history. He's absolutely sensational, but he retired years ago. And for me personally, I know these exhibition matches are entertaining. I like the one with Conor McGregor, not so much the one with Logan Paul. Looking at these exhibitions and all of that stuff, that little melee and stuff don't matter to me. As far as I'm concerned, it could have potentially been orchestrated. I don't know, but I do know not just anybody should be allowed to be in the ring with Floyd Money Mayweather.
Absolutely.
Stephen A. Smith didn't stop at just criticizing the Logan Paul fight. In several interviews, he expressed discomfort with Mayweather's entire approach to exhibition matches. While he understood the logic behind Mayweather's fight with Conor McGregor, given McGregor's background in combat sports, he drew the line after that. For Smith, choosing opponents who weren't on Floyd's level just to make easy money hurt the legacy Mayweather had worked so hard to build. According to Stephen A., it seemed like Mayweather was more focused on making money than on maintaining his place in boxing history. The message was clear: money had taken priority over meaning.
Here's what I do know, which is where my disappointment comes from. When you are as great as Floyd Money Mayweather, everybody doesn't deserve to be in your space. I know you like to make money. You're never going to stop making money. Very, very few people on the planet know how to make money like you know how to make money. But some of this stuff has got to stop. You want to get Conor McGregor in the ring for an exhibition match? All right, that's fine. You know, Conor sold that. It was great marketing. He's not a boxer, but hey, he was a knockout artist in the UFC. I get it.
This became especially clear in one particularly direct interview, where Stephen A. Smith asked Mayweather outright, "What matters more, your money or your legacy?" It was a question that required deep thought, but Mayweather's responses always seemed to focus on his finances. He talked about how smart he was with business and how much money he had made. To Stephen A. and many others, it came across as Mayweather prioritizing wealth over the respect and lasting impact that come with a strong legacy.
You're gonna make a hell of a lot more money.
But the main thing is, I made smart investments, and I still make millions every month.
Do you care about your boxing legacy?
More than what?
Well, we ain't gonna say more than money. We know better. We're not gonna say more than money. We know better.
More than my family? No. So what's more important? My children. Because when I make this money, you know what? I put my children and my family in a position that they are entrepreneurs. They are bosses. I don't want my kids to have to answer to nobody. So I will take the long road. I will take the bumps and the bruises for them, but for my loved ones.
But fear.
This focus on money has begun to influence the mindset of today's up-and-coming athletes. Stephen A. Smith pointed out that the new generation doesn't admire Floyd for his technique, footwork, or his legendary ring IQ. Instead, they're drawn to his wealth, the showmanship of his fights, and his bigger-than-life persona. For Smith, this is harmful to the sport. It sends the wrong message, that money is more important than skill and mastery. In doing so, it risks undermining everything Floyd Mayweather stood for in boxing.
It's the businessman in Mayweather they actually love even more. As the sun clearly set on the boxing career of Mayweather, many can reflect on a lot of things about the man. He wasn't a Mike Tyson-like knockout artist, or even Tommy the Hitman Hearns. To many, he wasn't even Sugar Ray Leonard. He certainly can't be confused with Muhammad Ali or any other fighter who's ever been socially conscious. No doubt he was guilty of domestic violence, as our very own The Undefeated accurately pointed out. He definitely had his share of boring fights that didn't give the people what they actually wanted to see. But that ain't the legacy these athletes are paying attention to. What they're paying attention to instead is the $1 billion plus Mayweather has earned in his career. How box office he made himself. How he's been his own boss, answerable to no commissioner, no owner, no GMs, and barely even the fans for the last decade in achieving unprecedented wealth, fame, and control of his own name, his own brand. And how despite strenuous efforts by so many to bring him down, they simply weren't able to do it. You want to see an athlete drool? The idolized displaying deference and respect? Watch!
Shift in priorities became painfully clear when Floyd was asked why he chose to fight Logan Paul instead of a more high-profile boxer like Tyson Fury. Floyd's answer? Logan had more followers. That was it. No mention of skill, legacy, or competition, just social media clout. To many, including Stephen A., this showed that Mayweather's focus had completely changed. He wasn't boxing for the challenge or to build his legacy anymore. He was boxing for attention and money.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
One time, Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in the world, not just in boxing but in all sports. That reputation earned him immense respect. But now, as new details and rumors about his finances surface, his legacy is taking a hit. The man who was once known for his perfect planning and discipline is now facing questions about the very wealth he often brags about.
Floyd Mayweather, the highest paid athlete, not the highest paid boxer, the highest paid athlete in the world. I had the opportunity and pleasure to be around him for many years. I was his personal shopper. I was a personal friend of his family. One of my greatest memories of being just lucky enough to even be around that environment was watching him train. Watching Floyd Mayweather train is a masterclass in discipline. It is a masterclass in work ethic. It is a masterclass in this is how you execute and get stuff done. Every rep, he hits it hard. There's not one lazy rep. He does everything at such a high frequency, so elevated. I'm like, goodness gracious, watching this man train, it's like, that's how I want to train for life. I've been to the club with Floyd where we leave in the club 3-4 in the morning and he's still going to hit his 6 miles. He'll have all the cars follow him and he's running down the Las Vegas Strip, down back streets.
For years, Mayweather has flaunted his wealth, with one of the most famous examples being his $1.8 million watch, a jaw-dropping flex that even stunned the most seasoned celebrities. From Bugattis to private jets, his life seemed like an endless display of excess. But now, those same displays of wealth are being looked at in a new, more critical light.
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
happy birthday, champ.
That's how we do it.
That is sick, dude.
You gotta show him when you say
Money green.
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. One of one piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
One of
One time, Floyd Mayweather was the highest paid athlete in the world, not just in boxing but in all sports. That reputation earned him immense respect. But now, as new details and rumors about his finances surface, his legacy is taking a hit. The man who was once known for his perfect planning and discipline is now facing questions about the very wealth he...
Me and Eric B were at, from Eric B and Rakim, we were at the Mondrian. Floyd Mayweather was there. He had some tax issues. He was about to go to jail, but that's before Money Mayweather, that's Pretty Boy Floyd.
Got you.
He was speaking to E, he needed a couple of $1 million to stay out of jail. I called my man Neil, who I was rocking with heavy, he owns Scunty, the hair accessory company. Everybody thought it was crazy, say, yo, loan me $2 million, I wanna sign Floyd. He flew out, loaned me the $2 million, and from there on, we were in the boxing business.
Numbers speak for themselves. At one point, Floyd reportedly owed $22.2 million to the IRS. For someone who claimed to be the wealthiest athlete alive, that kind of tax bill certainly raises eyebrows. It made many wonder if the flashy lifestyle he projected was more of a...
Floyd Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money. So Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for more.
Even rapper 50 Cent, who was once close with Mayweather, weighed in on the situation. In interviews, he revealed that Floyd had spent recklessly on everything from jewelry to gambling, eventually finding himself broke. According to 50 Cent, Mayweather's return to fighting YouTubers wasn't a choice, it was a necessity. He needed the money, and now, he was risking his legacy.
I believe that Floyd Mayweather has gone completely broke. And not just broke, but millions and millions of dollars in debt. And I know it sounds crazy to some of you out there, but trust me, I have legitimate proof. Watch this.
He asked me to help him, so I could stop them from using TMT as their logo right now. Because
you wouldn't do that because y'all cool again.
Yeah, I don't have it. I'm just not chasing it. But to be honest with you, I incorporated TMT in Delaware while he was incarcerated. Because he didn't sign the paper doesn't mean the corporation isn't valid. So I could actually, technically, it trademarks the term of it because his entire corporation is built on it. So I could tell you, you can't have TMT socks. You can't have that TMT shirt you got on. He don't understand that because he's just not. I just said it, and he won't be able to figure out that I could do that.
Damn, you and this guy, man. I thought y'all was good again.
We are good. I just don't understand why he having the conversation. How am I coming up in conversation? I don't even care about what they're doing.
So there's still some static.
No, it only happens when it's time.
Got it.
It's time to build some type of energy or some sort of press. Right. It's time to make a fight, and then that happens.
So through the BX Fight Club, you met someone,
Isaac
right? Because they had to legalize it on paper to turn it into like a dark show, like when they don't have television involved with a boxing event. Even Floyd, when you make yourself like we got issues over here, he's still the best fighter out there. Until somebody beat him, that's who he is.
Do you think he should step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. Is get the money, spend the money.
Another legendary fighter, Oscar de la Hoya, also joined the criticism, urging Floyd to stop embarrassing himself. He emphasized that legacy should matter more than clout. De la Hoya's words echoed what many others had been thinking. Floyd needed to stop before he ruined the image he had built over decades.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. but in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Surfaced that Floyd had donated to homeless shelters in Los Angeles. It briefly sparked some admiration. However, that admiration quickly turned to confusion when Mayweather posted on Instagram, showing he was still in Dubai, which contradicted the timeline of the supposed donation. Was this an attempt to repair his image? If so, it backfired, raising even more questions about his credibility. Things got worse when Gervonta Davis, once mentored by Mayweather, made a shocking claim. According to Davis, Mayweather wasn't on a world tour as he had claimed. He was actually held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts, specifically for luxury jewelry and items. This bold accusation sent shockwaves through fans and added serious fuel to the fire, as Davis's version of events completely clashed with Mayweather's story.
Let's talk about this picture of Mayweather in Dubai that's going viral. Here's the backstory. According to Gervonta Davis, Floyd Mayweather is being held hostage in Dubai over unpaid debts. Boxing agent Rick Glazer confirmed Davis's comments by saying Floyd is desperately trying to work things out with Dubai's court system. And that's why my comment, blink twice if you're stuck there, on this post is getting a lot of attention. Mayweather still hasn't addressed the situation, so
Floyd posted photos and stories claiming he was on a global tour. Gervonta Davis insisted that Mayweather was actually stuck in Dubai until his debts were settled. This raised even more suspicion about Floyd's current financial situation. To cover up the truth, Floyd continued to claim he was on a world tour, but Davis exposed the lie, revealing he was trapped in Dubai over unpaid debts. In an effort to save face, Floyd exaggerated claims, such as owning 62 buildings worth $42 million, a move that only further damaged his reputation.
Turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.